Anyway, let's talk about it on thingy. Right, ready?
Yeah, cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
We live, are we, Luke? Finally?
I believe so, mate. Hopefully we are. How are you doing?
Yeah. Early start, isn't it?
It is an early start.
Yeah, all good. All good. Happy to be here. And nice, beautiful Sunday morning ahead of the England game. So looking forward to it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Are you off today now, are you?
Yeah, I got 2 days off. Needed. Definitely needed. I worked like 60 hours this week, so.
Smashed.
And the beach was just manic yesterday, so.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been working all weekend and I've got to work today as well, so I've got to get ready for work in a bit and go to work and probably miss the England game, which is absolutely gutting, but I shall try to get it on the old iPlayer, which is what I did yesterday. Yeah. Well, may as well touch on yesterday's events because, I mean, I was just saying to Andy off stream, in terms of fantasy, so I was playing the Euro game, obviously. Not that that matters at all now. I literally, my last draft, I somehow managed to tweak it around so I had 1 million spare. So, of course, I upgrade Hreidarsson just to make sure I don't have to play a Finnish keeper. Obviously, we all know what happens there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I missed the deadline because I'm at work and I get called away for a call. I even had an alarm on my phone, but I come back and it's already gone, if you know what I mean. I just haven't looked at my phone. So it would have been on Lukaku. I had Insigne, so I had a choice to make. But I was definitely going Lukaku. You guys know me. And then obviously, so I've missed out on that. Then on top of that, I've got double Danish defence and I've got Ericsson. But none of that mattered at all. I had no awareness of any of that stuff, really, because I was just working. And I was sat at my desk and then I literally brought up iPlayer on my PC, which you're not supposed to do at work, with no sound because I'm in like a full office with other people and stuff. And the moment I brought up the game, literally Ericsson was on the floor in the corner, and I just assumed he'd been injured by a challenge or something. I had no idea, and I had no sound on, like I say. So I was looked at it thinking, I hope he's all right, sort of thing. Carrying on, just doing my work, and then sort of looking up, back and forward, and then I noticed they're doing CPR on him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Couldn't believe it. And then obviously.
Yeah, man.
Then I started paying attention to it, and man, that was horrific. So, yeah, I just can't believe it. Like, obviously, feel really bad for him. It just all the hype for the tournament, everything as well, just all goes out the window there straight away, doesn't it? It's a real downer. But
yeah,
it sounds like he's
completely.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe they carried on the game. So I didn't get home till 9 o'clock, and my phone broke yesterday, and I had no idea about anything until I got home. Went on my laptop, and it was just Ericsson on my feed. I was like, okay, but like looked further into it, and then just shocking what I saw. I mean, I didn't see the live coverage.
Oh, it was bad, man. It was horrific.
I think people found horrific or horrifying. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. And people were. Like, I saw the clip of Alex Scott, and she was tearing up in the studio and stuff. Yeah, because I watched the Fabrice Maramba one, that was live, and that's kind of similar. That's the only thing I could like be similar to. To think of something with it, so I can imagine what it was like yesterday when I was watching the Fabrice Maramba one live. So,
mate,
yeah, horrible.
It was bad.
I'm just relieved he's stable now. So,
yeah, I just hope he's all right. I mean, to be honest, I don't even want to speculate, but it's just like when this sort of thing happens, you just worry for their career now, don't you? And well, just more importantly, him. But well,
I think with that kind of thing, his career might be finished. But if he's alive and he can live his life, then that's the only thing that matters, to be honest. So.
Honestly, when his wife came out and everything, it was just horrific. They're showing that and stuff. It just brings it real, like, oh my god, I couldn't believe that happened, to be honest.
How did they not cut away from that as well? Like, was it UEFA coverage or just BBC? BBC can cut away from UEFA coverage.
Yeah, this is the thing. I know that when it's international tournaments and stuff, they're at the hands of other people in terms of their coverage sometimes. I don't know. Maybe they could have just cut it and gone to the BBC. I think other nations did. But to be honest, then I see a lot of people just, I can't believe the BBC, fuck the BBC and all this sort of stuff. And then I just don't think now's the time to do all that sort of stuff. It's how people deal with it, right? As soon as something bad or horrific happens, they want to blame someone or they're angry. And I can understand the frustration with BBC and what they did, and I don't think it's right. But personally, I don't want to go on Twitter or wherever I go and then just see a load of hate directed towards anyone. It should be, to me, it should be the opposite reaction. But obviously, everyone deals with it in different ways. I get that, so fair enough. But something I think they need to look at if that ever happens again, because that was certainly not the play.
No, I mean going to the wife is the worst part of it for me. You don't want to,
because then it's humanised, isn't
see
it?
Picture.
even more so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's try and forget about that for now. We wish him well, obviously, and we have the show must go on. On that note, I can't believe they played the game. Obviously, if you're going to ask the players who were sat there in a football kit, do you know what I mean? Paid to play football. They've got all their fans and the crowd in the stadium. They've got the whole nation behind them. Do you know what I mean? You say, do you want to play and finish the game? I think there was rumours that Eriksson might have said he wanted them to finish the game. Obviously, they're going to say yes. There is literally no other answer, but they shouldn't have played the game, should they? They just shouldn't have played it.
No, they shouldn't have played. And is it kind of UEFA saying, like, leading questions, like, you got to play, yeah? Like,
yeah, we
is
don't
it kind
know,
of?
do we? I think they will have been asked the question, but if you ask a footballer sat in his football kit with a nation behind him and what's just happened, he's going to be, yeah, I'll play because I want to get it done, I want to get it sorted. But I mean, you can point to the result to say, I mean, the result's obviously a shock result. So would that have happened? Maybe it would have happened if they'd have, the Eriksson thing didn't happen. Maybe we'll never know, but I'd be surprised if it would have. And to be honest, I think the decision should have been made for them that we're not playing today. We need to get it sorted. I mean, it could have been just as dramatic the next day or whatever, and just as hard. But I mean, I think the captain had to be subbed off. I think they said because he wasn't quite right. I mean, They should have stopped the game, in my opinion. I don't think they should have asked the players. That's my personal opinion. But
I agree. I think, I agree. But if Eriksson was stable, then it's different, perhaps. And if he said something to the players, then
I suppose. But then you're playing the whole game, just worrying about it, what you've seen, all the emotion behind it. Your focus is not there. Do you know what I mean? And you have to be 100% focused in football, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I've got the main reason we've got to move on. To be honest with you, is I've got to be at work in about 45 minutes, so I've got to blast this out, and this is why we're doing it so early. It was a strange old week, wasn't it? It was a strange old week, to be honest. In terms of, I think, and I watched CM Fantasy's video actually this time, so I had time to do that. And he said that pretty much it went to the sim data in terms of the teams you'd expect to win and stuff like that. So it wasn't major surprises. It was just, I mean, I was on comms. It was incredibly low scoring, but most of the popular players scored, and then there's 10 clean sheets in 10 games. So as a result, lots of points on offer. Yeah,
that's a first as well, by the way, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I haven't checked it, but I'm still going to say 100% because I can't remember that happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember it happening in real life either. You don't not going to get a game week where there's a game, every game has a clean sheet in it. No. It's ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's more likely that there's no clean sheets, isn't there? Usually.
Yeah. I mean, with me, I had a 72. I've got a small green arrow. I'm up to 156, and it's fine. Just apart from, like, my -4 works. I had Viduka and Skimica I bought in for Terry and Larson, but it's the fact that if Terry and Larson were fit this game week, I'd be making other transfers to make even better my team, kind of thing. So, because Terry and Larson would have smashed it this week, pretty sure.
Yeah, they've done well.
But yeah, -4 paid off Captain Viduka, so I can't complain about that. But then not having any Chelsea defenders in my team is a bit annoying because a lot of people had double Chelsea defence. Some even had triple. I mean, Chelsea haven't conceded a Premiership goal in how long? Can we have a look? Because it's just ridiculous now.
Yeah. I mean, this is what, and I've said it for a few weeks now, this is what we always fear, especially with Man United, who can do it, and I have seen like up to 30 clean sheets nearly in a 38 game week season. And this is why it's always hard to price the defenders. Because it doesn't happen that often, but if it does happen, suddenly it can break the game. And they're not far off it. The only thing I'll say in this is, because obviously I've had Terry and Desai throughout it, is they've either often been repped out or injured or suspended, one or the other. So I've actually not that often had a double clean sheet with bonus from both of them, sort of thing. It's happened, don't get me wrong, but it's not been as consistent as you might expect from these scores that you can see in front of you. But in either way, they're obviously the style they're playing. I mean, it's not just that what's in your window. We've done it before. It's just one of the teams doesn't score a goal in virtually every game they've played up until about, I think at the very beginning, obviously there's a few both teams to score here, but then pretty much after August it just kind of slips into, binary scores. There's the odd one here or there, but other than that there's like a zero in virtually every game in all competitions, and that includes when they're repping and everything. So just the way it's falling at the moment.
Ridiculous. It's just crazy. Yeah. I wish I had a Chelsea defender. I had Terry and he's injured, but he's back I think in 2 weeks, so maybe I get back on the Terry train.
Yeah, no, they're great. And Babiaro, I think he actually got an attacking return this week, didn't he? Because he's been not an attacking return. No, he didn't this week. Was it the week before?
It was the week before because Adam on the free hit. He got 11 points or 12 points last week. Yeah.
So maybe he can start up in his game a bit as well. He's done fine as well. So I think he's probably played more games than Terry and Desai actually. So in the end, might be the highest scoring one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this robe off because I wore it for novelty effect, but it's absolutely boiling. I'm sweating. So.
Yeah, I just banged a hoodie on this morning just because I literally just woke up and slapped it on, and now I'm roasting as well. But I've got nothing underneath, so I don't want to spoil the show.
I think it's 28 degrees today, so
great.
On the orange juice as well. Orange juice early.
Yeah, nice one. I've just had a coffee and I've got to go wear a shirt and trousers and sit in a fucking office. No aircon whilst England's on. No
aircon. That's proper police work, that isn't it?
Fucking shit. Tell you that now. Right. Should we move on then? Should we go through the teams? Has anything happened in between? I can't remember if anything has now. You're the man for that sort of thing.
No, I mean Champions League second leg is after Gameweek 34. So yeah, we've got 33 and then they're playing.
Okay.
But yeah, their Champions League second leg happens the same time as Gameweek 34. So we won't know until Gameweek 35.
Okay.
Preview show that we'll know if Man U have got a double or a triple game week. Yeah, exactly. So still a couple of weeks till we know that. UEFA Cup, is that earlier? Might be earlier.
Let's have a look quickly. Let's just do this.
No, again, that's the same time as Gameweek 34 as well.
So they were 0-0 versus Celtic. Did we know about that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We will have, it was before that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. So they've got the second leg. No worries. Right.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it was Man U v Liverpool scheduled, so we could have had two blanks coming up in Gameweek 34. But because they face each other, then it's just the one.
Right, okay, so these are the fixtures. They're all on one day. Saturday the 12th, which is today, as you can see in the top left corner. All 10 teams playing. Obviously, some of the guys have had, or some of the teams, I should say, have had a midweek game here. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days in between, so hopefully shouldn't be any issues. And then again, they actually play 4 days later for the next game week. And obviously that's the one where Man United and Liverpool, is it, blank in that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And then after that we start seeing a lot of staggered days again, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. all at once. I'm on comms again this week, so I really hope I get more than fucking 9 goals in the first half. I have to work for that. I'll tell you that now.
I think you will. Looking at the fixtures, I think it definitely is a goal week for me.
I hope so. Right, let's get into the teams then. So Arsenal, and obviously everyone plays today, so I don't need to keep clicking next match. As you see it, the website will be as up to date as it can possibly be and actually reflect what's likely to happen, so that's good. Thierry Henry 95%, Tikhonov is 93%. Everyone, there's no injuries for Arsenal. Everyone's okay. There's no reason why we can't see a very strong team. They're home to Man City, aren't they?
Don't think so.
Yeah, home to Man City.
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. So technically a wet game, I guess. So that's something to watch out for.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
have thought so. I don't know. I think they're still the fact they're not involved in any other tournament now. It's just Premier League, Premiership the whole time.
You love a narrative, don't you? I don't think that matters, to be honest, mate.
Narrative, honestly, Champions League. If they're still involved in other competitions, I think there's more chance of rep. I'm going to go with that still. Yeah.
Pep Talk comms were good. David,
I think now that
thank you, guys.
Mate, comms are great actually. Really good, really funny. There's a couple of laugh out moments there. Laugh out loud moments.
Yeah, I did the best with what I got. It was it's fun doing them. I enjoy doing them. Obviously, trying to make a story and take stuff out of it. Obviously, some extra goals helps. But I've said it before. I think there has to be a balance. If you have a half where there's a goal every minute, you can't really put any spin on it particularly. And then if there's nothing, then obviously you're searching for stuff all over the place, and it's a little bit difficult. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I prefer you comms on quiet weeks, because if you had Rob Pick, there'd be some wrestling stuff in there, there's some Barnsley stuff in there, and it's not great, is it? But put you in there is good stuff. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Okay, so that's Arsenal. Hopefully, everyone's good.
Could we just look at the league table before we have click on? Because I know that Arsenal, just 1 point above Chelsea. Okay, and Blackburn. So it's still very tight up there.
Middlesbrough have resurged again, innit? They looked like they were going to completely drop away at one point, and now they're sort of okay again. So they're still holding on.
I mean, Middlesbrough are pretty much like Leicester and us in our sim. They'll probably finish 5th, but be top 4 for 2 seasons.
And then bottle it, yeah. Okay, Villa, as you can see here, the main standout part is Dion Dublin. He's not fully back yet. He is orange though, 90%, few days with a twisted knee. So we all know what that can mean. He could start, he could not play at all, he could be on the bench, he could come on, he could re-injure himself if he does play in any capacity and be out for longer. But if you've got him in your team because you benched him last week, I think I at least saw one person saying they did that. Maybe Mac, I think, said. So maybe you've got a decision to make. Do you start him and just hope he plays? I don't know. It depends on your other options, I guess. Danny Mills is out for a month with a groin strain, and Stephen Carr is out for 10 days. So that, I think, is fairly significant in the fact that Mellberg will probably now play at right back, which then means that Barry, Alpay, why he's not suspended, and Gareth Barry will all play as their first choice defence, I would have thought, because they've got no other right back. I suppose Delaney could play, but I wouldn't have thought so.
Does that make Mellberg more appealing if he's on the right, do you think?
I think he's just really good anyway. He's a really good centre back. On the right, he's obviously more likely to get an attacking return of some returns in terms of an assist or something. But in terms of bonus, generally a centre back's probably better. However, he's just one of these players who gets high ratings wherever he plays. So I think he's got man of the match at right back a couple of times. He played right back here, for example, away from home and got an 8. Loads of tackles. I don't think it makes a massive difference to him, to be honest. I mean, I talked him up at the beginning of the season saying he's a good option at that price. Villa haven't really got the clean sheets all season, but still the average rating of 7.70. It's just he's been really good. It's just
really good.
Haven't really got that many clean sheets, so it's just the way it's worked.
Yeah. Was he that fast in real life? It just seems he's got pace 20.
No, I don't remember that, to be honest. I remember he was good. I don't remember him being that quick. No.
No.
Alpay's got a 4-match ban, which starts on the 23rd of April. That's because he's had 2 red cards now, I think. Pretty sure he has. So that'll be Millwall will be the game he misses, and he's going to miss the rest of the season, then, isn't he?
Yeah, misses the cup final.
Okay, so he's only got Leeds at home, Blackburn away, Sunderland at home. I don't think he's particularly well owned at all, but something to think about.
Something to think about. I would say don't get Alpay for that reason.
Yeah, that's probably the wise choice. But it might make Alan Wright a little bit more nailed to play left back, and he can take penalties, which we saw last season. So maybe he's one to think about.
Okay.
Blackburn Rovers playing Derby away. A few on low condition here. Solano's on 16%, 2 weeks, but he is orange. He won't be playing.
Typical Nobby, that.
Yeah. Lucas Neal's on 85%, who played in midfield the other day. Lassau's 85. So I would have thought maybe Bjorn will be back in for Lassau if they're going to play 4 at the back. You would have thought that Ronald de Boer he's 93. If he's going to play, because Solano's out, it's probably on the right wing if they play 4-2-2-2, or if they play 4-3-1-2, maybe he'll be in the midfield centre bit here like he was last time, or out here. I would have thought.
It's not great for De Boer, really, in that position.
No, and I've said it before that De Boer towards the end of the season, quite often in the pricing sims, just became terrible and started to get left out of the team entirely. Now, I think that may have started to happen if Solano was fit by now, and obviously they're still needing to play him, but his general performances have just dropped off a cliff. I mean, he got lucky at the beginning of the season getting these goals because he was basically playing up front. I don't think he's a great player from now to the end of the season, to be honest with you. I know he's still valued because he's 6 million and he plays for Blackburn. He could do okay, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near the level of returns he was getting before.
Yeah, I mean that's why he did price him that low, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah,
because the drop off was so much the second half of the season. I mean, he's outperformed what you'd expect first half of the season.
100%, he has. Yeah. The games are all right though, so I can understand why anyone's got other fires and just to keep him in there and see what happens. I could just be totally wrong, but I think if you're looking for a differential to climb, he's so well owned that I think that's one area you can look at and think, can I go for a different option?
Yeah, I think so. And someone like Marinelli for £1 million cheaper, something like that.
Yeah, if he jumps on him early, then it's hard to say jump on him early because we all know this game. We can't just jump on someone who just suddenly appears in the 11 because we just don't know whether they're going to stay in the 11. But obviously, anyone who did do that will have reaped the rewards because I think he's returned virtually every week since he's been in the team. There's not been that many times he's blanked anyway.
Yeah, great player. I mean, I had him for my first free hit. No, actually, I bought him in just before I wildcarded. So I thought, I'll take the point of Marinelli because I knew he was starting. I thought, he's a great player. I'll start him. Got returned. But then after that, I thought, I won't have him from a wild card because I don't think he's nailed. But he's shown he is nailed, and and shows what a great asset he is because
100%.
He is great in this game. Yeah,
definitely. And captain has just put wingers versus Derby, and that is a very good point. So if the Boer is on the wing, he could instantly make a mockery of what I've just said about him. Also, as well, I don't know if they're going to play 4 at the back, but fullbacks. I mean, it's not just wingers, but it's just basically wide people. Fullbacks generally do well as well. So. It's hard to know who will play at the fullback positions for Blackburn, but Bjornaby as an outside punt maybe could be an option on a free hit. Whoever's left back, I would have thought it would be him if Lasso's low.
Yeah. Can we just click on Weatherall as well because he got a red card for me, which was very disappointing.
Oh yeah.
Could you just see when he misses? Because I think it's not till Gameweek 36 he'll be suspended for.
Yeah, 23rd of April, 3 matches. So he misses the final 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
Leeds, Man City, Sunderland. So yeah, plays Derby, Villa, Watford. So yeah, good for another 3.
Sorry mate, I think the internet's playing up.
That's alright, I can still see you.
Might be better here.
Right, Vestervel's wanted by Arsenal and Chelsea, by the way. So Cudicini's days could be numbered if they manage to get. Right, let's do Bolton. Home's Chelsea. In CM Fantasy's videos, I think they were. It would be a surprise if Chelsea gets a clean sheet this week, put it that way. I think it was like 1.8 or something for Bolton and like 1.4 for Chelsea. So should be goals. In this
really?
game.
Wow, okay. I've not seen the video yet, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I could be wrong. It was something, but I remember looking at it and thinking, I've got double Bolton defence and double Chelsea defence. I want a 0-0, and then I saw what he'd brought up and I was like, fuck.
Be lucky to get one of them. Yeah, I mean, I've got, I've just got double Bolton defence now. I haven't got any Chelsea defenders. But obviously Gardner can just return anyway, so
yeah,
he's not going anywhere. But then do I play Skimica? I've got other options, so probably bench Skimica, I reckon. Even though he's on pens.
Home defender, it's always tough. Could get bonus and on pens, so it's definitely a decision. Going on the sim day, it doesn't look like he'll get a clean sheet, but
it's a tough one.
Bolton have surprised us all season with clean sheets, though, haven't they? Even when we thought it was suddenly stopping, they've started picking up the odd one again. I say odd one. What, 1 here? 2, yeah, maybe not then 2 in like the last.
Yeah, it's not too many. I think it's just the fact that Gardner's got returns when they haven't clean sheet.
Yeah,
it's kind
of makes you think that they've done better.
And have you seen how far clear he is of total points as well for defenders on fantasy? It's like, I think it's like 30, 40 points.
Wow. Okay.
Clear of second. He's so far clear.
I think that's also in part because he's played every game apart from the first week where he was injured. He was definitely one I slightly underpriced because his first season was obviously complete write-off. So we have to use past season a little bit. I can't just suddenly make him ridiculously expensive again. And also because he relies usually heavily on attacking returns, they can fluctuate from season to season. So this season he's just added all those ridiculous amount of clean sheets to go with it, and his attacking returns have been. I mean, I don't think they've been ridiculously good because they, as we all know, they can be. But they've been certainly good enough. Where's he gone? Where are you, Gardner? Yeah, 7 assists. He's definitely got maybe usually 3 goals, 2 goals max, and then a lot more assists. But
yeah, I mean, you can see him double those assists sometimes. 15, even higher than that.
Yeah, and he's still got 6 games left. Is it 6 games left, something like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you never know. Right. Billy Hadaway says Bolton 1.15, Chelsea 1.6. Okay, all right. So slightly exaggerated by me, but both over 1. So I'll be lucky to get a clean sheet. It seems like. Here is Charlton, who play at home to Millwall. That should be a fun game.
Yeah, Fatih Dincer starting for me. This is the week.
Oh, is he? Yes. He's another one who, whenever he takes to the pitch, doesn't matter what Charlton are actually doing themselves, he seems to somehow get a bit of a return. 6 returns in 10. Can't ask for more, really, can you?
Brilliant. Perfect, yeah.
What a man.
4.5 million. That was too cheap. That was very kind. So,
well,
again, it's someone that's not nailed, and you think, oh, he's playing one game, and perhaps he's not going to keep his place. But
no, yeah. I mean, this is the main reason I think Kinsella, who is basically nailed at right wing, has decided that he put in a transfer request and has basically never seen the pitch since. So that certainly helped out Mr. Dincer, which is a variable you can't really account for. Luke Young is out for 2 weeks. Everyone else, though, looks ready to go.
Yeah. Jason Euell for this week. Very interesting one. What was his CM fantasy?
He was top of everyone.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, people in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he was top of everyone.
That is interesting. I think it could be a transfer for me to get Euell in. Because I still... It's awkward at the moment because I haven't got any. I've only got Chadwick as for Man U and Liverpool players. So this is kind of my last week to make a transfer that's not a Man U or Liverpool player. So do I get Euell in, or I could replace Gravison with someone? I'm still undecided really, but I think Euell for this fixture looks great. So
he definitely does. My only slight concern with him is the fact that because of this transfer requesting, he's not really been right since and has occasionally been dropped or even subbed off and stuff like that. So that would be my only worry. He's still got the normal amount of goals, still got 4 more to find for the back end of the season to put him on the bang on 15 like always. So probably, he could get 3 in this game. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Have you decided what you're doing for the league yet?
Yes. I'm bringing it back to old school just because last week was... I like doing the ones like last week, but they do very much cater to our hardcore audience, don't they? Because they have to then go and investigate, find out what last week was like, make predictions, and it gets talk in the community. But I still have to bear in back of my mind, there's like 2,000 players potentially, and half of them don't listen to pods, do whatever, which is their choice, and they don't really gain much from that league. So I'm bringing it back down to simple terms. I'm just going to run the sim this time, and I'm going to look and see if something interests me or a lineup interests me or something happens, and then I'm going to give that. So less info this time. You had a lot of info quite recently, so we're going to bring it back to basics.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a mate who's like 1,500, I think, overall.
Oh, right.
Dead team since game week 2. But he messaged me this week saying, I've got all my chips left. This would be fun. He's got like a couple of weeks off work. He's got like 2 free hits, wild card, triple captain, bench boost to use. So
yeah,
I think it's people like that will make it easier if it's just like one league to look at one post.
Yeah, we'll still mix it up as we go forward, but I just think after the back of that one, which was quite complicated, let's go for a simple one.
Fair, okay.
Right, Chelsea today away to Bolton. John Terry is 83%, 1 week with a calf strain, so who knows? I'd rather he didn't play and he came back fine for me for the end of the season, but we know what this game's like, so he could get thrown in there, I guess.
Yeah, it might be 90% by the Wednesday then, because the game week 34 fixture's pretty soon.
Yeah, so that would be ideal, to be honest, if he just missed that and was back ready for that.
Was it 1 week, is it? Sorry.
No, it's midweek, isn't it?
No.
His injury. Yeah,
his
1 week,
yeah.
It says.
1 week.
Yeah, so he might be 90% again for the next one then, won't he?
So it's going to be touch and go, I think, for midweek. I don't think he'll play this one, but they might chuck him in.
If he's still orange flagged, I don't want him to play that one either, to be honest.
And it's Man U away, though. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a choice, do we? He's in my team, so for me, I just want him back fit. But for anyone else, it's probably a sell then if he's going to miss Bolton, then maybe be a doubt for Watford and then play away to Man United. It's just those last 3 games are so good.
That's why I want him back, really. Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else is all good. No issues.
Cool. Please Bolton score. For once.
Don't score, Bolton. Derby. They have one injury. Carbonarl went off injured with a gashed leg versus Leeds.
Gas.
As a result of Viduka. Viduka, by the way, in that last game, I think Lordy Leroy said matched the total. I think that's the highest amount of headers. I think he said either key headers or one headers or something. So just completely destroyed Derby in the air.
What a beast! Yeah.
And considering they had these three at centre back, including Lescott, as we know, is the jump master, it's a pretty good effort, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All of them have got decent jumping.
Viduka's playing like prime Calvert-Lewin for jumping.
Yeah. Viduka was all over the comms, as was Kuehl, everyone. It was crazy, to be honest. Viduka really stood out.
Yeah, I mean, fair play for those who went Kuehl as well. That's really good to get Kuehl in.
Yeah.
I know people free hitted him in, but some people actually bought Kuehl. I think that's very good. 15 points, got rewarded. He's great AMC. So
this is exactly the kind of move I love, like you. It's because Kuehl's not been good all season, so people who have got that FPL mindset will just never touch him. But then when you've got a very good inkling he's going to play in his preferred role, it's a great game, and he's a great player. It can all just work. So when it does actually come through and happen, nothing but respect. Well played. So Irons, you smashed it because he went for this front three right here, and they absolutely delivered eggs in basket. Fair enough.
No, Irons, fair play. He got it spot on with everything. Every call was spot on, so can't argue with that.
Apart from playing Chadwick over Alexton, what a noob. A Wales striker and Euros had to be patched up because of a gashed head. Oh, okay, I must have missed that. Was at work. So
was that Kiefer Moore, was it? I saw Kiefer Moore have a bandage. Someone said, who did it better, Terry Butcher or Kiefer Moore?
Oh, right, okay. No, I completely missed the Wales game as well. And obviously, I'm actually Welsh, so to be honest, I should be supporting them. Everton, so Gravison, you said you still got him, is that right?
Still got him because, what was his... Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to go this week, annoyingly, even though I want Euell. I think Gravison to someone is probably the better play. But I'm also trying to look at my Gameweek 38 bench boost as well. So I'm kind of trying to set them
that far ahead.
Yes, I am. I know it's. I'm looking at like who's got Charlton Gameweek 38. Someone. Was it Bolton or anyway? I think it might be Bolton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I got Skimmaker in as well to try and bolster that. So it might be a fact of going Gravison to Gareth Wally this week, just to look at my Gameweek 38 bench boost. Nice. To have Skimmaker and Wally against Charlton at home, I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it also gives me the million to go Henry to Rude as well. So I think that's going to be the move this week. Even though I want Euell in, because I think he's going to smash it this week. I'm going to have to look at that because just looking ahead really.
Nice. Well, I hope everything holds so you can do that, Andy. I have my doubts.
I know. And the way it's been going recently, I've had injuries and suspensions.
Yeah, you've had a lot of injuries, to be fair. This is what was happening to me the first half of the first season. Everything I did was just every plan, everything I made would just fire back at me like almost instantly, either a red card or an injury, like pretty much every week for like 17 weeks. I can remember having I've talked about it a lot, but I remember having Kevin Campbell when he was actually bad for like the opening 14 weeks of the season, despite me wanting to change him every week, but just never had the ability to do so because there was so much other shit going on.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I've had Taggart, Gravison, Terry, Larson, Vesterveld, and now Weatherall suspension coming up. So again, it's just fires to put out. It's annoying.
Oh, mate.
And these are all players that like Terry and Larson this week would have been great, but they were out.
Yeah.
Weatherall the end of the season's got some great fixtures. Really need him, but
it's so funny to see how the spectrum works because there'll be someone on the opposite end who's just managed to avoid all of these. I think Janda, who was top for ages, is like basically not. I mean, from what other people were saying, he managed to dodge every like leak and every like injury for about 15 weeks straight. Like never affected his team. Mad.
Yeah, and it can happen. Like fair play. Like I played Norwegian fantasy and I got ridiculously lucky last season, just through like injuries and it is luck. And most of the people in the top 300 in this game know what they're doing and got plans and got strategies. So
Yeah,
you can't account for stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's David saying I'm moaning about my first season. Yes, because I'm a perfectionist, David. I wanted it to be even better. Okay, and we're just talking about luck. There's no way I would have won it without Melchior scoring hatties, as we know. So there is definitely luck involved with that. All right, let's get on to Ipswich. There, Gaardsec's out for 3 weeks, so he's definitely not going to be featuring. Snowden doesn't play. Hreidarsson's suspended, but he's also injured as well, so definitely out for this game. Should be okay for the next. And David Pratton's out for 2 months, so yeah, season out for him. Everyone else.
And you also missed one player. Do you want to pronounce that?
What?
You missed a player out.
Which player?
Underneath Pratton.
Wayne. Good old Wayne.
Wayne.
Good old Wayne.
Oh, that is
you could have given me a million guesses at that. What that name was right there. I wouldn't have come up with that.
Wayne.
He's English. Apparently.
Yeah, English. Yeah.
Jesus. Wajlijan?
Wesley
Jan? I don't know, we need someone Polish. I think that's a Polish name to help us out.
No, it's English. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, my mistake.
It's a Cornish pronouncing name, isn't it?
Well, it's a hell of a name, for sure.
Yeah.
Leeds. So, good news if you went for Viduka, I think, because Larsson is still out, 10 days. Red, definitely not going to play, is he? And Alan Smith is 45% orange, so he won't be playing either. So, it looks like it was kind of as you were for last week.
Sure, it should be.
And I don't think away to Villa is the best game in the world for Leeds, but Viduka's very good. Leeds are very good at the top of the table, so I wouldn't be in a massive rush to get rid of him if you had him. I think he could do absolutely fine in that game.
Yeah, it's a game where you think he's probably going to score one more than 0. I reckon. I'd say if he's going to get a few chances, and I expect 1 goal from Viduka. I don't think he's captain material this week, but
no, probably
not. Definitely a hold. Yeah.
Yeah, no reason to get rid of him. And what's the game after? I mean, people look at home to Arsenal and think it's bad, but we know how the big clashes go in this game. That'll probably be pretty good. Arsenal will probably be defensive. Leeds will be offensive and just give up the game, and therefore Viduka could easily get 2 in that game as well. So I don't think that's a bad game for him. Mm-hmm. And Leicester's obviously fine as well. That's a very good game.
Yeah. Would you go? Because I've either got to go Viduka to Henry, to Viduka to Van Nistelrooy, or Henry to Van Nistelrooy.
What, this week?
No, next week. Or maybe 35 actually. Sorry, yeah.
Let's talk about it next week because anything can happen, right? There's no point even stressing about it.
Yeah, fine.
There's no point. Leicester, who have been pretty shit this season, to be honest. They haven't offered many fantasy assets. Scowcroft's been injured for large parts. Sturridge has been woeful. To be honest, the defence has been okay. Delaney's done a job. He was man of the match last game, and Izzet was obviously very good at the start of the season. But apart from that, I don't think anyone's really got anyone.
I mean, Dennis Wise has done okay.
He's been all right. It's just
it's quite a high price, isn't it?
Yeah, it's people like Ronald the Boer who have kind of just taken the piss. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of forced people's hand to go that way. Mm-hmm. Savage is 87% though, so I would imagine that McAnuff might come in at right wing. Scowcroft, Akinbaye and Sturridge are all fit, so you're never quite sure who's going to play now up top. I'd imagine it's Scowcroft and then one of the other two, but yeah, I think I talked about it the other day. Scowcroft, now he's back and fit, and Leicester's games are actually really good. I mean, that's a nice run.
You're not going to be getting Leicester assets though. Really.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you probably can't, but the run is there if you get lucky. I mean, you could look at the only ones I'd really look at are Delaney or Scowcroft. I don't think I'd touch any of the others, and I'm not 100% Scowcroft will play every game, so.
Mm-hmm. Not for me, still. I don't trust Leicester, to be honest.
Liverpool. away to Newcastle. Owen is red 1 month with shin splints, so he should not be on the bench either. There's no day for him to recover. So,
and the fact he's gone red again, he was orange. So
he was orange, and I think he was red this week, and then he's red again. I don't know, I can't remember, but yeah, we won't be seeing him, I don't think. Everyone else is fine though.
Yeah, apart from the blank in 34, so maybe a hold this week, but you're not going to buy into Liverpool, I don't think, this week, are you?
No, I mean, away to Newcastle, then a blank? No.
But you'd hold and play Hippier and on show.
Just hold him, wouldn't you, if you can?
Yeah.
Last few games of the season, away to Everton, not a good game, I wouldn't have thought. Home to Arsenal, that's good. Away to Villa, not the best, but probably low scoring. Home to Man United, that'll be part of the triple, so you might want him there, and they'll obviously have a double. Oh, will Villa be part of the double as well?
Villa's part of the double, yeah.
Of course it will, yeah. Okay, so it'll be an asset then, I suppose. And then home to Derby's obviously a good game as well. So, yeah, not too bad, I suppose, for the end. Pep Talk saying Akinbaye, ? I'd like to. I think he's better than Sturridge generally when he plays, but because he's not nailed, I just don't think you can do it unless you get a leak and it's a one-off. Liverpool's low scoring this week, is it? Okay, that doesn't surprise me. That's often the case with them. I did watch it, but I couldn't remember that one. Would I play double Liverpool defence versus Newcastle away? I'd have thought that Newcastle
depends on that, Rouse, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought Newcastle are shite, but they've got Shearer and they're at home, so I was always back them for one goal. But it depends who the other options are. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. But also, if someone's up against Shearer, then it's a good battle for Hippier and Oncho. They could
get some bonus, get
the high average rate, and they could get man of the match as well. So it could be. Yes, they concede, but they could come away with man of the match in that game.
Yeah.
If they're like winning headers and
that's the beauty of the defenders in this game. They offer more than clean sheets because they often don't offer clean sheets. So yeah, bonus or attacking return, could easily see that from either party really.
Yeah.
Man City, pretty bad game for them. Everyone's fine though, just a few of the lower players on low condition. It's a good week for injuries, guys. We've had a few bad weeks where we've had a lot of tweaking and things to happen, but injury-wise, it's a good one. Beckham is orange for Man United, few days 90%, so that's probably good news for Chadwick owners, who is also on 93 himself. Keane got injured, I think that was in the Cup, 2 weeks with a broken toe. So, I think Emerson came in last week, didn't he? He did.
Yeah.
So Emerson or Scholes probably going to play here in place of Keane. Chadwick, I mean, I'd be surprised if that's not the lineup again. Obviously, Giggs is still floating, so it could be there, but...
Yeah, well, they're not going to ever play the 4 attacking mids together, are they? They'll always try and put DM in there.
They generally do, but we have seen it with Scholes and...
Oh, you have seen Scholes, yeah. Okay.
Scholes and Keane with a double arrow, haven't we, before?
So you could see Giggs on the left, Nedved and Veron in the middle then. Could see it.
They do generally try to play the DM though, you're right. Even at the back end of season 1, remember Emerson played over Scholes because Scholes is more of an AMC than he is a midfielder, so... They've got Scholes and Veron here, but sometimes they have the arrows going into the middle. Van Nistelrooy, Silvestre, Veron, Nedved, everyone else is fine. Middlesbrough, again, another team that are okay. No one that's relevant is injured. I think people are saying Boxic is quite a good target this week. Yeah. He's fine, he's 100%. So is Rickard, Zapata, Southgate, all the main men.
Yeah, good fixture. Wouldn't expect rotation. I like it.
Yeah, agreed. 10:23. Fucking hell, I need to hurry myself up. Millwall. As you can see here, Ben May, who came into midfield when they repped 12 to Millwall. 7 players different.
2-0 though. Can't argue with the result.
Can't knock it. No. Did the job, didn't they?
Tattle masterclass.
Yeah.
Is it his first game?
No, I think he's played one other look.
Oh, okay.
The good thing I think someone noticed. I noticed that they noticed it on my Discord. Is that when Millwall repped previously or did something similar, Alexanderson still played, and obviously I know the scores at this point because I've simmed it. I was thinking, I wonder if anyone pays attention to that, because if there is a rep, then obviously starting Alexanderson, and he does score as well, so it's a really good call, and hopefully he did, because obviously it happened. Nice.
Yeah.
That's my
and
kid.
fair play for those that went Tim Cahill as well.
Yeah, he played well. I'm surprised because he's not actually that good in this game, but
I think captain had him, didn't he?
he did. Yeah, that was a masterstroke. I think he balls up the rest of his team, but that was definitely a masterstroke. That part. I've got my kids screaming downstairs for some reason, so hopefully.
Oh, mate, I can hear it slightly, but don't worry, it's fine. Just going back to Mill just quickly. So obviously they've got the double coming up. They've got a good Gameweek 38 fixture. I'm also thinking, do I perhaps do Gravison to a Millwall player? But would you say that midfield Millwall is still up in the air, or just go Alexanderson?
I think you just go Alexanderson, don't you? There's no reason to be clever. He seems to play even when it's a rep. He's on the wing. He's done decent. He even seems to get pens if Savarese, or if Evans isn't playing, which he's barely played at all the second half of the season. I think he's first choice, and Savarese's probably second choice, and he's not playing all the games. Then I think it falls to Alexanderson, so you've got a decent chance of him taking one. Plus, Savarese, if he does play, seems to come off quite early as well, so Alexander probably gets the last half hour. I just don't see any reason not to go with him, to be honest. Kine can still do well. I think he still takes free kicks and sometimes corners as well, so he could do well, but seems to be more at risk of not playing. So
yeah, I mean, you say Alexanderson is the midfielder for Millwall to go to.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I might go there as well then. I could go there.
Newcastle, Kieran Dyer is still injured after that ill-fated move that a lot of people went for in the Sunderland game. 79% weak.
Yeah, I did on a free hit. That was good.
Of course. And I think also, if I remember rightly in CM Fantasy's video to this week, Kieran Dyer was actually one of the highest performers, I think, for Newcastle anyway, not overall. So, yeah, that's a bit of a blow because he probably won't play. Everyone else is fine.
Well, they're not fine, they're unhappy, but anyway,
yeah
that's fine.
Sunderland, again, not much change here. Lawson's the only one who really plays. He's 10 days. Orange, 90% with a damaged kneecap. Lieber is 92%, so maybe it's Sibon's turn. Yeah, none of these guys really matter, do they? So everyone else is fine. Arca, everything. This was probably, for me, this one's the weirdest team selection of the season, because Millwall repped, yes, but they are rep 13, so they can do it, and they're at home, so that makes sense. And Everton are 13 as well, so it's not a massive... it's rare that it happens for anyone above rep 12, but it can happen. But for Sunderland, who I think are rep 14, and I think Arsenal are 17, and this is clearly a rep game because we saw it over Christmas, where they only... not a full rep team, obviously, but a partial one, where they take out Tome and Arca. And it again happened, and obviously you could say Ardley plays here over Medina most of the time as well. You could say Sibon over Libra, but they rotate anyway. The right back, I think they may have had... Lawson's injured, isn't he? So it's more just these two, and we've seen that quite a lot. But to do that home to Arsenal was a big surprise.
Yeah, ridiculous, really, isn't it? I mean, we saw in Sims that Sunderland did okay against Arsenal at home, and they like to go to score, but we played Kilban over Arca.
Yeah, and they're not on the bench, which just tells you it's just they've been partially reps. They've been given a complete day off.
Yeah.
Surprising. Most surprising of the season for me. Spurs then. They're all good. No one's a problem there apart from just their manager and their team in general. But
yeah, they're doing a bang average job in mid-table. Well done, Alex McLeish. That's what you're there for.
There's too much thrills under Glenn, so they thought they'd just steady the ship and just be steadily shit rather than excitedly shit.
No, exactly.
And then finally Watford, where Ferrer is out for 3 months, so his season's over, and everyone else again is fine. So there is literally no big injury news this week. If anything, a lot of players have come back. The only one I can think of is Dublin Orange. Is there anything else more significant than that?
Not particularly, apart from the players at Leeds, but the same as last week, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the same as last week. So Larsson and Dublin, your main concerns. Terry's still not back as well, and that is pretty much it. Chadwick looking good because of Beckham. They're pretty much the highlight of the headlines.
There's nothing particularly at all. No.
Yeah, so an easy week, a simple leak. So everyone should do really fine this week, then, shouldn't they? Should get massive scores.
Yeah, massive, big scores. That's exactly what I'm expecting. You know. Can you look at job security, please? Is Kinnear still on there?
Insecure still.
Yeah.
I'd really like for that to happen, and then we just get a surprise manager who mixes it up for the back end of the season. That'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Right, let's do predictions quickly, Andy, because I have to go.
That's fine, no worries.
Let's quickly do it. Go on, Arsenal, Man City. I've had CM Fantasies. I've watched his video, so I'm going to be influenced by that now, which I try not to do beforehand. But you go first.
Okay, so I've not seen CM Fantasy video, but I'm going to say convincing win for Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Aston Villa Leeds.
Villa will score. Leeds 2-1 though.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well. Putting loads of thought into this. Bolton home to Chelsea.
This is the week Chelsea concede. I think it's going to be 1-0, but Gardner with a 9-pointer.
Oh, okay. I'll go a draw as well, but I'm going to go 2-2. I'll go 2-2. Yeah. Charlton and Millwall.
High scoring, I think. I think both teams might go for this. Charlton 3-2.
Yeah, it's going to hopefully be a fun one, isn't it?
I think it's going to be a fun one. Dincer to tear it up, be the difference in that game. But I think Millwall players like to score as well.
Yeah, honestly, I just think there's going to be goals in this. I don't know which way it's going to go. Who did you go? You went 3-2 Charlton, did you?
3-2 Charlton, yeah.
I'll go 3-2 Millwall then, just to be different. Derby and Blackburn.
Not the best of games. Maybe a 2-0 Blackburn. Maybe a clean sheet.
Yeah, Derby.
Don't know how. How do they come out on Sims? Was it over 1 for goals?
I can't remember this one, to be honest with you. I think Blackburn did better. If I remember rightly, it was quite low scoring.
Okay.
I think it was something like 1-0 Blackburn. Someone in the chat will be able to correct me. It was something like that. Very low scoring, like Blackburn, sort of 1.3 or something. So yeah, what you suggest probably might happen. I actually noticed that Christie, for example, from Derby, Malcolm Christie's got more points than Dublin.
Wow. Okay.
When I was looking at the website, I think that's just because he's played every game more than anything else. But
yeah.
But yeah.
So Craig Kemp was right then.
Yeah, he should have just kept him for the whole season. He would have done better than Dublin. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive though. But there we go. Yeah, I'll go for a Derby win. Why not? Just to upset the apple cart. They are at home at the end of the day, so we'll go 2-1 Derby. Everton Sunderland.
Interesting one. Tight game. I think 2-2.
Yeah.
An early goal might shake things up here. Like the other team goes for it, and then the other team, back and forth 2-2.
I think this one could be exciting as well. I think Everton are pretty good at home. Had lots of shots. Keratos and Campbell generally do pretty good. Sunderland quite offensive. I'll go 2-1 Everton. Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Everton.
Okay.
Man United Spurs. I'm not sure under McLeish, but generally this game was just massive goals for Man United. And then in CM Fantasy's videos, I think Man United were teetering on the point of 3 goals. So it's a big game for them. So I have to back like a. McLeish with Spurs away from home is defensive as well. I think it'll be a clean sheet, and I think it'll be 3 or 4-0.
Okay. 3-0. 3-0's fair. I think it's a good chance of rep with Champions League second leg.
Okay.
So yeah, one to watch, but 3-0 Man U still.
Nice. Middlesbrough Ipswich. I think this will be a fairly comfortable Middlesbrough win, to be honest with you. Maybe a clean sheet. 2-0 maybe Ipswich score. I think Middlesbrough will win though.
I think this will be a standout fixture for Middlesbrough. I think 5-0. I'll go 5-0.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, when that happens with Middlesbrough, they generally score all their goals in the first 30-40 minutes. Like they literally, I think I've had it twice now when Middlesbrough have absolutely pumped another team and all their goals came in the first 30 or 40 minutes. So
yeah, I mean the fact that Hreidarsson's out and a couple more defenders maybe for Ipswich are out. I think.
Yeah, Prutton and people.
Really plays to Boxic and Rickard this one.
Nice. Okay, yeah, Middlesbrough comfortable home win as well. I think Newcastle, Liverpool. I think Newcastle could maybe win like 1-0 or maybe 1-0 to Liverpool. I think it'll be low scoring. Yeah, 0-0 maybe even. I think it'll be a good game.
I was going to say 1-0, so I think it's. I can see both teams scoring again.
Okay, I'm going to go. There's got to be one dull game. I think this will be it. I think it'll either be 0-0 or 1-0 to Newcastle or something like that.
Okay.
Watford versus Leicester. Yeah, this will probably be chaos actually. 2-2. I'll go 2-2.
2-2. I fancy Watford. 2-1 Watford. Can we see Charlton and Millwall? Can they go down this week? I know they're playing each other.
So if
no, it's well off. They can still get to 34.
Okay.
If they lose. Is that right?
It's 18 points, isn't it? 3 points on top.
Yeah, but if they lose, they'll have 15 still to get, so they could still catch Watford if Watford win. Do you know what I mean?
I think they're already down, aren't they?
No,
they'd get to 37, wouldn't they? Yeah, they'd get right here, just below Everton.
Yeah, but if they lose, they'll have 5 games and they get to 34.
Yeah.
So even if Watford win, they'll be on 34. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. I think that's just about does it then, boys and girls, because I have to run. So good luck with that. I have to do all the shit now quickly, which I also forgot about. I'm going to sim it now, so I'm silent, and I shall send the leak to Rob Pick once I am done. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to pick something interesting. Okay, so I'm going to. It might just be a full lineup for a team. I think it's interesting. It depends how much chaos there is. If there's maybe a lot of chaos, so I'm just going to give you some hints now so you can read into it a bit. If there's a lot of chaos, I might hand pick some players across multiple teams just to give a little bit of insight. If I don't think there's too much, I might just go for one lineup for a team. Obviously, that doesn't mean that there's not any chaos elsewhere, but less chance, I guess. That's kind of my thinking at the moment, yeah.
Nice. Luke, one more prediction.
Mm-hmm.
England, Croatia.
Oh, yeah. I'm such a pessimist when it comes to England.
I am, but I'm waking up. I've woken up this morning confident, thinking our England team is quality. I am buzzing.
Yeah, I'd love to be that happy about it. Croatia are just not very good, are they? And I don't know. I know the friendlies you don't read into it too much, but every game so far has just been like we've been the dominant team, really, but not really impressed too much. And then the team's tired out, and we've looked better in the last 10 minutes, and then we've won with like a 1-0 penalty. I don't think it's going to be too dissimilar. I think it'll be nervy to start. We'll probably end up growing into the game and being the better team. I think Modric will hold the ball a lot more than we still expect, and maybe we'll end up winning just because we've got Kane and we've got Foden and we've got Grealish, but maybe a penalty again. I mean that's
okay.
Pretty depressing. I hope it's not that. I hope we just blitz them. But
yeah, I think I'm more towards the blitz, but I'm also thinking my prediction will be. They'll show a pitch side thermometer that will say like 36 degrees or something this afternoon.
And England can't cope, just Kane sweating buckets.
Yeah, so that kind of thinking, that might be a 0-0, but I'm confident we'll go say 3-0 England, despite that.
Bloody hell. Well, I hope you're right. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy it, by the way, while I'm working. Have a great day.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Yeah. Have a good day. Hopefully it doesn't go too badly for you. And you can tune in a bit for the England game at work.
I shall try. Anyway, catch you later, guys, and good luck for the game week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Right, get off, mate.